Yeah, so we will start. Okay. Yeah. Let me record. Today we'll be discussing about one of the important session, which is called as structure. So we call it struct keyword. So we'll be discussing about this. Now, let me talk about this. So what is structure? Okay. So what are the importance of this actually? So structure in C is user-defined data type that allows grouping of variables of different data types under one name. So it means that like when you talk about character, it is an array, right? It is a homogeneous collection of data items of a similar item, similar data type. If you have array of 50 characters, so this is one. And here data type is int, roll number, and float marks. Okay. So if you want to combine like this, then only we can come up with a one data structure. I can say that, okay, the student. Okay. So what we are trying to say is till now, we are discussing about a data type, like an integer data type, character data type, as well as the float data type. So individually we are going to address, but in the today's session, we are talking about a structure in C, which is having collection of such different data types, okay, and group under the same name. Usually, it is representing the complex entities. So struct is the keyword to define this. This is how we do it. And data type is we are representing here. And finally, we have to use the semicolon. So that means syntax wise struct, name of the structure, and different data types. Okay. And we are representing the different categories of the items. Now, if you look at this, okay, let me write, okay, struct employee, something like that. When you look at the employee, so we will be having what? It may be having roll number, it may be employee number, okay, and it may be having the character, EMP name, something like this, it is an array, or I can take it as a first name, character of last name, okay. Similarly, we may be having the like a address, something like the 250 characters. And I may be working for the department. Okay. They may be having the designation. Okay. And there is a semicolon. So this is what we call it as the structure. So when you talk about a struct, so we are talking about all these things. So this is struct, employee name. So this is how earlier what we used to do till now we have learned. We understood, we learned independently. Independently means it is not employee number separately, first name separately, last name, how to declare an array, we have separated integer and this one. When you group this, it becomes a one compact or complex structure. We call it as a employee. So this is how we are talking about as a struct. So today's session, we are going to discuss about using of these things. Let me try with practical examples so that we have the clarity where we can use it. For example, if I want to develop an application, now anyhow, we are using advanced technologies like a Java, .NET and all those things. But when we talk about earlier technologies like C, okay, then we have to write this type of code to manage this. And we used to store the information in the file system in earlier days. And this is the base. And for this, we used to call it the struct. So when we talk about advanced courses like a data structure, C++, all are, it is the beginning of the new world after this struct actually. So, and that's why we always say that C is a foundation. We have to learn properly so that 30% of your learning curve will be reduced. If you learn pointers in C after this struct, I am talking about that, okay? Probably I may be spending 3-4 days on the pointers, like a pointers with arrays, pointers with strings, okay? Because people have a confusion. If without understanding basics, if you try to understand data structure, then the problem. Without understanding C properly, struct, and if you try to learn C++ directly, then it takes extra time. And so that's why always C should be learned. If the foundation programming language is so much important, we should cover all the topics so that your time will be reduced in the further technologies. And if you learn C++, then we have Java. So if at least 30-40%, since you C++ you are comfortable, Java you at most almost 30 to 40%, you learn with no time. So this is how you should always learn the technology. So we should not start from like a what we call it as a top to bottom, rather than we always should go to the bottom to top. So then only you can be proficient enough in the coding. Otherwise, you will not be proficient in the coding. So always people are as in hurry in the sense, okay, everyone wants job with no time. Everyone wants to learn with 6 weeks of learning, 3 weeks of learning, or 2 weeks of learning, and everyone wants to become get the good salary. But what is important is foundation is more important. Whether you comes from IT or non-IT, it doesn't matter. But you have to give specific time. Then definitely you can meet your expectations. So for that, what is required? Just with the patience, you have to learn as a journey. Then definitely you can able to appreciate how this program works. Let me move on. So now, if you go to the our window, our blue screen, okay, starting a Turbo C. Let us do that by practice. We'll understand this. Let me change directory. Okay. Okay. C program. Let me write what I can employee record.c. Now, if you go to this program, so you can able to, let me write a problem statement as usual. What I can say is employee record management. So if you want to develop an application, just I am simulating that actually. I am simulating that. What I'm simulating, I wanted to create a structure of employee with basic information, info, and display the same. What is my objective? I have to learn how to use the structure. So as usual, when you write include studio.h hash include conio.h, then struct, so employee. So I have taken this. Now employee, let me take simple word, okay, int ID. So our roll number, character, name. So just I will take 50 and float salary. So this is the employee record. So after this, you have to give the semicolon. So this is the syntax. What is the syntax? Struct. This is struct name. This is the normal data type and name of the field. Like this, we have combined in the name of employee. Now it is declared outside because I want to access this int main or void main. So I can write here. So now I want to declare that here struct employee. I will show various of a way to do that. Let me show this is the one way. EMP. Okay. So what is the size of struct? I want to keep maybe on 10 records. 10 employees are there in your organization. So array of employees, I can say that. Now I wanted to enter the details. So for, let me write declaration int I. So if I wanted to say printf, enter the number of employees info. Okay, now let me read that scanf percentage ampersand n. I maximum records how many? Array saying the 10, maximum 10. If it is a 20 employees, 20. If it is 100 employees, 100. So let me take, not to waste our memory. So just I have kept as 10. So now I is equal to, okay, 0. I less than, okay, what is that? N. I plus plus. So now I have to enter the details. Printf, enter the details of employee. Okay, employee. So I can do %d, new line. I will go to the next line. So I plus 1. This is the first employee I'm asking. Now printf, this is just labeling. I'm not doing anything great here. Okay, enter the employee. I wanted to read the employees, right? Okay, I enter the details in the sense how many employees? 3 employees, 4 employees. I can do that. First, I have to read the employees. So what is the enter ID first, right? So ID. So let me write this. I'm entering the ID. Enter ID. So scanf. Otherwise, I can do here. So next, so this is I am reading the first employee detail, that is ID, and then printf. So scanf. I want to read that value. %d. Okay. I can write ampersand employee. So this is the record. So employee 0. So this is 0th record dot. Okay. So this is how I can read the value for this. EMP0. What is EMP0 has this side. So this is the one. Similarly, if I wanted to write printf, once I do 1 or 2 programs, you will be able to understand that. At this moment, so it is not a so biggest logic. Okay, it is a very easy only. At this moment, for beginners, it looks like something different thing I am doing. No, like that. It is very simple only. Just you have to follow. So name. So here, let me go as new line. Enter the name scanf. So when it is character, okay. So there is a percentage. Yes, for this I need a string.h. So this is the header. Anyhow, I am going to declare. We will discuss this. This is one more important topic. String.h. Okay. So if you want to read, otherwise you have to read character by character. So instead of doing that, just I can read the string also. That is nothing but yes. That is a string. So EMP 0 first. So not 0 here. First record I will in general name. This is I dot name. So I am able to read the name. Similarly, printf. What we can next is like a salary. Salary. scanf percent f float emp I dot sal. So this is done. Okay. Now if I wanted to display new line, whatever I have read, employee details, I wanted to show you. Okay. For I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. I wanted to print this. Okay. Now print what is that? ID is equal to percent D, name is equal to percent S, then salary is equal to, okay, I can write percent 0.2f 2 decimal, okay, new line emp I ID emp I data type is name. On the three fields we have empi dot sal. So now if it's one line, it is without for loop also I can do it. Otherwise, if you have a like a custom to write it, you can write it like this. Once this is done, get ch. Okay. And it is. So now if you can see that, so this is the simple program. Just I have reading the details and so save, control F9. There is a one error. So this is so enter the number of employees. Okay. 3 1001 XY Mohan. Something like so there is some floating point issues there, I think. Let me try this. Somewhere scan is problem. You see that ampersand wherever I am missing. So here I am missing. So once again, it is not saved. Let me save this. Control F9. So 0 I will take. Okay. So let me clear screen. I will do this. Otherwise, it is very difficult for us. Okay, control F9. 3 1001. Let me test what happened. Ampersand I. Let me try this once again. Somewhere float is has an issue. Just temporarily I am doing. So there is some inbuilt issue in this. Okay. Let me try this. Noise. So we are able to see that. I will talk about floating point issue. Okay, at this moment, so you can able to see that. Okay, so when you are scanning, somehow this ampersand F was not working. That's why I changed to D. So rather than spending too much time here, just I finished. So now if you look at this, okay, what we have done, instead of earlier, we just used to work isolated way, but this is a complex entity we have created using the struct keyword. So what it has done, so we have created a structure. In the structure, employee ID, employee name, employee salary is there. We can continue like this salary designation, first name, last name, address. So all these entire records we can create. And so how to declare this? We have declared here. So let me take this. Okay, let me remove this. So let us try various forms. Now, if you look at this, okay, control insert. Okay, so now I am moving this. Now I will remove this. This is a global variable. Let us not worry about this. Still, it is working fine. 111. Okay. Second employee 222 XYZ 345. Third employee 3. So we can able to display the details. So if you look at this, so this is how we used to do this. But if you want to declare globally, I can take this. Okay, control insert. Shift insert. So this is a global variable. When you write global variable, I can use in another functions also. I can use in the another functions also. I can pass this like how we used to do earlier. Like instead of array name, we can pass the struct directly. You can use in the another. Let me write, just show you. Okay. If you declare all these things outside, insert. So instead of here, write, read, student. Write this. So here we are writing like this. Similarly, we can go to the display. So I will go here, shift insert. So void display employee or display details. Now I will write here. Now, if you look at this, we have two methods. So let me take this. Let us see. So I'm trying to show you various forms. Okay. Now read the student details. So this is a declaration because as per C program, let me call this. Okay. So here I will write clear screen. Similarly, after reading, I want to display the information. So now I will be adding here. So just I will write here and then I'll be calling here. So now I have done this. Now let me see. Then I will remove this. Still, let me see that whether it is working. So you can see that. So same output I got. Here what I have done change. Everything I have declared in the global variable. So when you declare inside, it is local to the function. But when you declare outside, it is global to the function. So this is a just, this is how we can do that. In other programming like a Java, they don't allow to global variable. There's a different way to do that. But C is allowing all, giving the all flexibilities. Only thing is you should have a proper control, and so that you like when we have the dangerous with public variable, if you have too many functions in the project, there may be a chance that okay, you may do some mistakes. So that's why always people should believe in that. Okay, local declaration. So what is local declaration? So let me remove this. So, but I know I should know the declaration. So we have to, like this. Let me write here int. So here this is nothing but now int. We have scanned this value. Return n. Slowly I am improvising it. Okay. So now once I read this, let me declare this. So int n. So I can read this. Then I can pass n here. How many records? N records. So here I have to use the int n. So now let me see that. Okay, so slowly I have improvised this. Removed one global, but rest of the things I kept quiet. So just I have modified the logic. So now let me see here. Int n, read n. So here we have to declare int n, I, and n, something like this. So here also only int I have to declare. It is local to the block. So now you can see here. We can able to see get the output. So what we have done here, just improvisation. So we are removed from global to where it is a local. See, but using the here. Now, if you want to have entire control on this, we can move all these things to a local. So if you do like this, okay, they have declared like this, then you have to, problem with this is, now I have to read student. We have to write separate functions for reading this also. So because like a Python kind of programming language, we can return more than one value. Here we don't have a provision to return the more than only one value at a time. We can return either n or either stored the details. Now, if you look at this here, int read student. So here I have like I need this also, because only one value I cannot able to return the EMP. This one I was not able to return. That was the major problem. I cannot return like this, right? So N EMP, both both values I want, but this was allowed in Python, but not in C programming. So because of that, okay, I have to somehow that's why we always not to avoid this one. Majority of time we keep outside. Otherwise, what you have to do for each method, I have to write separately. First, reading the N, you have to do that like this, reading the N. So then you have to segregate this function separately. Okay, so then int read limit, read student number of students. So I can return something like this. Shift insert. Then return N. Then I have to take this. So I have to declare here. So I have to, so here instead of read student, I have to modify this. Okay. So here we have, then I have, so this is how done. Okay. Then I have to pass this N I have to is done. I have to pass this to a next method. So here I have to return EMP, something like this. Then I have to pass like this. So then you have to return read student. Here I have to pass int N. Then I have to declare this object. So declaration I can do outside also. Like this. So now I have to declare, I have to pass that read student. Here I have to pass struct. What is that? Struct. What is the data type? Not integer. This is the data type here. What is the data type? Employee is the data type. So then what is the label name? I can make it as E also. So then instead of EMP, I can use E. Otherwise, whatever it may be, just I'm modifying here. That's it. Then what I have to do instead of this, E, you have to send it back. So when it is return type is not integer, it is struct type. It is the structure. So now I have to change to this struct. Then what is the parameter we are passing? N we are passing, and we are returning the values. Now if I want to display, I need both. So display employee details. So here also struct. Okay. And here employee. So now if you want to see that, so it is employee EMP also I can rename. So instead of changing so many places, I will do this. And then void display. Similarly here, declaration, I have to change struct employee. Something like this. Now we can see that this is the more modularization. when we are writing the detailed application, usually we follow this type of approach. So let me see this. Struct to read student. What was the problem? Read student. So read student has this structure. Let me take this structure and declare here. Okay. So read student. And what is next is, so terminated incorrectly. So semicolon was missing. Somewhere something I have done mistake. L value required. Type mismatch. Undefined structure. Read student. Okay. Read number of student. Let me. So here it is there. Correct only. Now read student. Read student and it is passing. Read student how many? Read student is only n we are passing. Read student what we are doing here. Read student. I need employee EMP also. Okay, I am passing EMP. Okay, and display this one. Declaration terminated. There is declaration terminated. Defined, is undefined. Read student. Struct employee E or I return E. So this is correct only. Somewhere some loop issue is there. Int main. So it is there. This is correct. Employee E10. Okay, we have done. N struct student display. We have done this. Read student. So what is missing? I have to see. Let's see once again. Declaration terminated. Line number 18. Read student how many? Int n. Read student n mp. There is no difference actually. Just reference. Type mismatch. Here is type mismatch. Why display? Struct employee. Quickly, just let me see. Let me take this. Temporarily, I'm trying to see that. So here, let me remove this, bang this. So here, so EMP, just a quick validation I'm doing. Return EMP. White. This is also white. White. So here, just I am trying to find out. So here actually what I have done is, so there was a structure limitation was there. Maybe something I missed. Okay. So since we have a short time, just I would like to show you, okay, one more example. But usually you can pause and you can do that. Anyhow, in pointers, we can once again we discuss. Let me see that. But as of now, you can understand how to create a structure. I declared once here inside. Then after that, I declared like struct employee. So EMP 10. This is also allowed. It is as good as writing here itself. Both are same. Okay, there was no difference. Okay, if you run this, you can run this. There are various ways are there to do this. So just I am showing you, this is one of the approach. So I'm telling that, okay, you can use any one of this approach. So what logically speaking, it is a collection of different data types under the bundle with a simple name. That is a struct name. And using that, we can perform various operations. Usually, they will keep the structure outside this, as they initially have done, because passing and taking back is a complex process. To avoid that confusions, we will keep outside. Rest of the things we declare, and only small data types we will pass it, like integer, float, okay, and we could able to do the simple application like this. So with this note, we have completed one sample example. So let me see one more example so that you can appreciate this. Okay, let me take one more example. Maybe let me take the student also same. Anyone you can do that. Similarly, I can make it as a uh, like a bank account creation, or if I want to show the statistics of the cricket, because cricket team members, you can do that. Okay, simply you can do that. So let me do one more example quickly so that you people can understand. Just I have 5 minutes to 5 to 10 minutes. Let me do that. So let me go here, new F2. I'll create cricket statistics. Okay. So now Let me type this. Let me create a structure. Okay, to store cricket player details. So I may take player name, okay, which team he belongs to, and what is the run he has scored. Okay, and just we wanted to do this. So if I want to do that, as include, we know that quickly I will finish this. Studio.h hash include string.h. Okay, struct player. Okay, so I have done this. Char name 50, something like this, player name. So then team name, which team he belongs to. Okay, int runs. Thus runs what is code. So now I can write void main. Okay. If I want to declare, I can declare here also or within this. So it is up to you people. So if I want to declare function wise, if I wanted to write, I can write player, something like 5 players, just I will take. I can take 10 players or 20 players. So just for this one, I can write here also player, so P10, something like this. Then something like this. Instead of this, I can write like this also. It is up to you how to declare. Either you use this approach, declare here itself, or type here. It is up to you. If you don't want to do this, you can just delete this. Okay. If you want to use, you can directly use it. Similarly, if I want to print, let me declare int in print f, enter the number of players details. As usual, new line formatting. So I can read this value, scanf, ampersand n. So we have done this. Now we enter the n number of details. So if I can write read players, n, I can write it display players. Then get ch like this. Now if you want to do the read players, I can write a function here. So I will take how many people reading. Then I can write for, let me declare this local variable. So I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, printf, enter the player details. Just I will give the directly name, player name, team name, and runs. So scanf percent yes, name, what is the name? Okay, so p dot name I scanf. I have to give the team name, percentage, ampersand, p dot team I, sorry, p of I here. So not this. Player 0, player 1, player 2. Now scanf percent d ampersand p of I dot what is that runs. Now once this is done, so I will be closing this. Similarly, display players. I will write this, control insert, shift insert. So let me take method name. So here, instead of this, okay, display players, int n. So now control insert, shift insert. So let me give headings, name, runs, then printf, percentage d p dot I dot name p dot I dot team p dot sorry p of I dot runs. So we have done this. Now let me declare this. So just you go here, declare here. Okay. Also you can take this. I've done this. Create players, display. So 0. So yes. So let me give the clear screen here. ELR, SCR. Also get CH. For that, I will add the number of players, 3. Name X. Sachin, India, 10,000. So enter the player name once again. Rohit, India. So 8,000. Virat, India. So you can see that Sachin India, Rohit India, Virat India. So if you want to show here, just I have to do the next line. So you can able to show the entire record. So 3, Sachin, India, 10,000. Rohit, India, 10,000. Virat, India, 8,000, something like that. So if you can see that, we can able to show the name, team, and value. What was our objective? Our objective is to understand how to declare the struct. What do you mean by structure? Structure means it is a combination of various data types, so that it becomes a complex structure. How to declare this? We have declared in this way, and then we have modularized the program. Initially, we started within the main everything. Then slowly we made it as a function wise, a top to down approach. And this is how we have constructed. And finally, I am able to write a different methods actually. So in this way, by using struct and also using the previous learnings, we can develop a simple application. So this is how normally we can develop the simple application. So I think this was the simple concept, and we try to understand today. And from with this, we can able to appreciate how structs is going to work. So this is what we have discussed today, and these are the different ways of declarations, separate declarations. Struct student S1, S2. Okay, we can read. We can also declare like this, and we can assign the value that directly we have learned. And also we can different ways of initialization we have seen, and how to access by using for loop you have able to understand. So all these things, this one, pointers to struct we'll discuss later. And this is type def, we'll discuss later, okay? So like this, we are able to read the values. And finally, structures are used to represent real world entities. Members of structures are stored in contiguous memory location like arrays. Size of the structure is sum of its members corresponding to padding and alignment. And structs are passed to the functions by value or by reference. So we have seen all these things with two examples. With limited time, we could able to appreciate through employee example and as well as a cricket player statistics. So with this note, today's webinar we can complete, okay? And tomorrow we can start with one more topic, okay? So with this note, we can stop today, and thank you very much. Any questions? Yeah.
Thank you, dear teacher. Good night.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.